when I first moved here, me and Joe Rogan chased James Coburn in a car on Sunset, and he had an Acura NSX. But then I got to work with him twice, and the starstruck went away.
Yeah, it goes away.
I get sentimental. Like, I got a call from Nick Swanson. He says, I need for you to do one line in my movie. But for some reason, I got stuck doing that one line with Don Johnson. You have no idea what Don Johnson meant to me growing up. He was Miami Vice. People didn't do anything on Friday nights from 9 and 10 to watch Don Johnson. He was the shit. And to talk to him now that he's grounded, and at that time, he had just had a kid. And he was old. And I felt like saying, aren't you a selfish bastard?
Yeah.
Having a kid. And 2 years later, I knocked my wife up at 50, and I was like, thank God I didn't call Don Johnson out.
Oh, it's so funny. Well, now his daughter's in 50 Shades of Grey.
Can you believe that?
That's so embarrassing.
That's just tremendous. Like, that's, there's so many people that
you can't watch your daughter's movie. She's getting whipped with a dick the entire movie. You can be proud of her.
He still has to be proud.
Of course he's proud,
She's a cute kid.
She's beautiful.
She's a cute
beautiful
kid.
Girl,
she's a great kid. She's a cute kid. No, there's so many people that I don't get starstruck.
It doesn't really,
it motivates me to see them.
Yeah.
Like, you get motivated, especially if they go on stage and kill.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I saw what's her name at the Improv, and I didn't even know it was her. And 20 years ago, I would have been sort of starstruck. The girl that used to be married to Richie Sambora and Tommy Lee. That poor girl, they put her through hell.
Who, Pamela Anderson?
No.
Heather Locklear?
Heather Locklear.
Oh, yeah.
She was America's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She didn't deserve to get herpes. She married 2 guys.
She got hepatitis, she got herpes, she got all the H's.
She got all hooked on every pill they were hooked on.
Yeah, she was a lot of DUIs and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of DUIs. It was like a poison. She let these momos in her life, But it's just...
It's a disease.
This is a weird place here. So how long did it take? How long did you live in New York bouncing around?
I moved to New York. I was living in New Mexico, and I was just drinking really bad, and I crashed my scooter really bad and woke up with my face split open and just like really, really bad. So I knew I needed a change. So I decided to move because I was afraid of drinking and driving. I was afraid to move to LA because I knew I'd have to drive. So I moved to New York to do stand-up, and then I was there for like a month and a half, and then I finally went to an open mic, and then after my first open mic, I quit drinking and started just going to mics every day. And I started doing like 5 mics a day and just like never stopped. Just went as hard as possible immediately. And then I got Montreal like 2 years in really fast and bombed really bad. I'll say everyone except one person bombed in my group, but nobody really talks about the bombing. I'll always admit my bombs, but ate it. It was so painful. But then through that, I ended up getting, I remember there was this lawyer there that when he goes, don't worry, you have a good look. And I was like, what are you talking about? A good look? He's like, you have a good look. You'll be fine. And I'm like, what do you mean? I work hard on my jokes. Like, I'm a comic. I just didn't understand like the Hollywood side of things at all. And then I ended up doing, I met some bookers there, and I started doing like Chelsea Lately and stuff. So then I was coming out to LA all the time and like living in my car, but doing TV, and then moved out here in 2013, got passed at the store right away. Only auditioned once. Thank you. And then
Tommy? Let me ask you something before we move any further. Your performance in Montreal, were you prepared, unprepared, unexperienced for what you were going to walk into, not ready for what you were going to walk into? What did you tag it to?
I would say it's a little bit of all of the things. So the booker had said to me after I auditioned my first, or it was 3 years in, but I auditioned like my first or second year I auditioned. And they were like, we really like you. You're very new. These are the things we want you to work on. So then that year I worked on everything they told me. And then when they came back, I was like, way better. I mean, everyone was mad at me. I didn't stay for anyone's sets. I just did 5 sets a night. I worked during the day. This was always going to be my job. So it was just never, there were no distractions. It was only comedy. So then When I came back, I did really well on my auditions, and the booker said, do you want to go this year or do you want another year? And I said, I want it this year. I'm going to kill. I'm going to be awesome. And then I bombed. But I'm okay with it. I mean, it all worked out. I think I've gotten everything that I need and I want at the right time, even though I didn't realize it at the time. You know, like these were experiences. It was a rough
2 years is very early.
It's very, very
to go
early.
to Montreal.
Of course.
I applaud you, because after the bombing, most people would have tapped out because they would have thought their life is over. Now I got to go back and face these people. So
here's what I know. I knew, because I have a strong sense of injustice. You know, like I'll battle the battles. I don't care being the loud one that gets in trouble or whatever. If I see something that needs to be addressed. When we went to Montreal, I did the unrepped. So there was the repped New Faces, and then there was the unrepped New Faces, which was like a newer thing they were doing with people that didn't have agents or managers. Now, I had managers and agents that wanted to sign me, but the booker was like, don't sign with them. I want to send you unrepped. So at this point, I was like, motherfucker, if you don't give me this motherfucking thing, you got in the way of my work. Like, you got in the way of me making money and stuff like that. So then when I did get it, I went, I was confident in this 7 minutes that I had, or whatever, 6 minutes that I had. And we get there. The show ran 2 hours late. It was all industry in the back talking. It was a near impossible place to succeed in. And I know you can't blame the audience for everything, but it was a rough situation. And then one kid killed. Joe Mackey destroyed. He just destroyed. And so then all of us were like, oh, I guess we can't blame the fucking room. But it was just a lot of pressure. There was like all these networks I just didn't know. I just had no clue about that. All I knew was jokes. I just knew you do jokes over and over and over again until you get them right. And you just keep going.
Bags and whatnot.
That's all I knew. So the Hollywood side of it was very confusing, and it was like,
which is no good for you at that level. It's no.
There's no reason for it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It adds too much pressure to already pressure situation. Mm-hmm. I want your open mic career for you to have a day job.
Yeah.
Go out at night, learn what it is to sleep on 4 hours and have to go back to that day job. You do your 2 or 3 mics, but then you and your friends get together for coffee and talk shit till 4 in the morning. Yep. Even though you got to go to work at 7. Sorry, Charlie.
We had an open mic at Lucky Jack's in New York that we would go to that was like, would run till like 3. We'd be sleeping in the back. It always, there were these comics that would give me shit, and there were female comics that started around the same time as me that would give me shit about not staying for their sets and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know you. I don't owe you anything. I'm not here for I have my camaraderie with the people that work as hard as me. Like, my crew is the people that bust their asses as hard as me. I don't have time why would I be staying for you? You don't stay for me. I don't notice who's in the room when I'm on. This is about my work. And then those same girls spread rumors that I hooked up with the booker of Montreal to get in, where I'm like, no, I worked harder than you. It's just all of those girls don't exist in my world anymore. They don't do it.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me? Welcome to church, motherfucker.